Monday, November 23rd, 2020. Last night I had a dream in which I believe is from God Almighty. In my dream, I was with others and we were passionately learning about Jesus. The main thing that I had learned actually ended up waking me up from my dream. It was so realistic. It is this: Jesus wants my alabaster oil. Now, alabaster oil is very, very precious. The alabaster container is usually very expensive. You gotta be careful not to break it. I think the alabaster stands for our shell, this body, and the oil, the alabaster oil, is so precious and priceless. The oil, I believe, is our love, our totally faithful and totally devoted love to Jesus Christ. And we also need to have a love for other people. And there's no price tag that you can place upon how precious this oil actually is. It's just out of this world. It's of Jesus. Now, I would like to share with you from the Holy Bible, the book of Luke, chapter 7, starting at verse 37. And behold, a woman in the city, which was a sinner, when she knew that Jesus sat at meat in the Pharisee's house, brought an alabaster box of ointment, and stood at his feet behind him, weeping, and began to wash his feet with tears, and did wipe them with the hairs of her head, and kissed his feet, and anointed them with the ointment. Now when the Pharisee which had bidden him saw it, he spake within himself, saying, This man, if he were a prophet, would have known who and what manner of woman this is that toucheth him, for she is a sinner. And Jesus answering said unto him, Simon, I have somewhat to say unto thee. And he saith, Master, say on. There was a certain creditor which had two debtors. The one owed 500 pence, and the other 50. And when they had nothing to pay, he frankly forgave them both. Tell me, therefore, which of them will love him most? Simon answered and said, I suppose that he to whom he forgave most. And he said unto him, Thou hast rightly judged. And he turned to the woman and said unto Simon, Seest thou this woman? I entered into thine house. Thou gavest me no water for my feet, but she hath washed my feet with tears, and wipeth them with the hairs of her head. Thou gavest me no kiss, but this woman, since the time I came in, hath not ceased to kiss my feet. My head with oil thou didst not anoint, but this woman hath anointed my feet with ointment. Therefore I say unto thee, her sins, which are many, are forgiven, for she loved much. But to whom little is forgiven, the same loveth little. And he said unto her, Thy sins are forgiven. And they that sat at meat with him began to say within themselves, Who is this that forgiveth sins also? And he said to the woman, Thy faith hath saved thee. Go in peace. So I want to share that about the alabaster oil, how precious it really is to Jesus. You can also find about the alabaster oil in the Holy Bible, the book of Matthew, chapter 26, starting at verse 7. Now, regarding this oil, the alabaster oil, the same alabaster oil is what needs to be in our lamps for when Jesus comes for the wise virgins. There's a parable of Jesus he told, and he warned in it that we needed to be ready for his coming, for the rapture of the true bride of Christ by Jesus Christ. Now, he's going to come for those who have their lamps lit, must be filled with oil. In order to have our lamps lit when he comes, they need to be filled with the alabaster oil. And please, I implore you, do what you can to make sure in your heart you have alabaster oil. It is precious, it is priceless. And regardless of the pain and the cost, Jesus desires our precious and priceless love. Ever so faithful love it is, this alabaster oil. God bless you guys. I pray that all of our loved ones and us are filled with alabaster oil and that we are ready for our bridegroom when he comes. Everyone, please join me in tugging on God's heart for God to please forgive, save, and awaken all of our precious loved ones and us, and for God to have his beloved Son, King Jesus Christ, take all of our loved ones, including all of our pets and other animals, along with us to heaven in the rapture of the true bride of Christ. I eagerly look forward to hanging out with our loved ones when we get home and are thoroughly enjoying our totally awesome, never-ending family reunion. The family of Christ, that is. I hope to see you in the sky really soon. We fly home extremely soon.